Hello guys, this is the second tutorial of Scala. In this Scala, I am going to cover the features of Scala and the basic Hello World program. Before that, if you like to work on IDEs, you can download the Scala IDE from this website. In this Eclipse, if you want to download Eclipse IDE, or else if you want to work with the IntelliJ, the separate ID is available for that too. The first, we are gonna see the features of Scala. These are the features of Scala. The first feature is type inference. This type inference is like we don't need to require to mention data type and function. Scala is smart enough to detect type of data which you are giving it as an input. For example, uh, if I'm giving man a is equal to 10, Scala compiler will automatically deduce that the given data is an integer. Then next is singleton object. Singleton object is like there is a one keyword object hello world. This is a singleton object in Scala. Uh, now I'm explaining these things in thorough manner. I will go deeply into the deep dive about these things in following tutorials. The next feature of Scala is immutability. If you have declared var a is equal to 10 in the program, the value assigned to a is cannot be changed. It is an immutable. This is an this feature is helpful in backward when you are going to use it in collection. This feature will be very much helpful. Then in this singleton object, we don't need and there is no static variables. For example, if you go for Java, there is a static method and static variable in Java. Likewise, there is nothing is in Scala. Everything you declare will be in object or in function. These are the two available functionalities in Scala. Then the immutability. Each declared variable is immutable by default in Scala. You can also create mutable variable using a var condition. I am declaring a is equal to 10, which is an immutable. Then b is equal to 10. This one is mutable. I'll show it in command prompt. Yeah, val a is equal to 10. This is how we declare a variable in Scala. See, the Scala compiler automatically detects that the given value is an integer, and there is no primitive types in Scala. There is only object types. The whatever you are declaring type is an object. See, for example, I am trying to reassign the where a is equal to 20. Yeah, a is equal to 30. You can clearly see that reassignment to val is not allowed. If this is why we are saying that scalar contains an immutable variable. If we want a mutable variable, we have to declare is as a is equal to 10. Then you can declare this one as a is equal to 30. It has taken the variable. This is unmutable and this one is an immutable. The next feature of Scala is lazy computation. In Scala, computation is lazy by default. Scala evaluates the expression only when they are required. You can declare a lazy variable by using lazy keyword. If you in this, you can see that var a is equal to 10. If you have declared a keyword lazy before this var, it will take it as a lazy variable and compute it when you are called that variable. It is given because to improve the performance of the code. The next feature is case class and pattern matching. Or these case classes are like a regular classes by default, which are immutable by default, and it is decomposable through pattern matching. The case class, once you have defined is the variable which contains in the case class will be public and immutable by default. This case class can be used to match with pattern matching, which is like an switch case. If you are given the input through case class, it will match it and the output will be thrown out. This will be very useful if you are going to write a very logical code. We will see example and everything in later on sessions. The next feature is concurrency control. Scala provides a standard library which acts like an actor and model. You can write concurrency right. Uh, you can you can write one model class which will act as a base class in concurrency control. The next is string interpolation. This string interpolation is used to create a string from your data. Like you can embed a variable directly into a processed string. This string interpolation is provided in three types, which is S, F, and raw. We will see these things in coming tutorials. What are these things? Then higher order functions. It takes is like a function which takes an input as another function. Instead of variable, we can give the input of another function. Give another function as an input in this function. This is called a higher order function. Um, which with the help of this higher order function, we can create a lambda functions or anonymous functions. We will see this in following tutorials. The next thing is trait. Trait is like is similar to interface in Java. We can declare an abstract methods or non-abstract methods in traits. There will be two traits. One is normal one. The other one is mixing traits. We will see an example in following. The last is a rich collection set. This similar to Java, Scala also contains a rich set of collections. In Scala connections, there are two types. One is Scala dot collection dot mutable. The other one is Scala immutable collections. these are the two main packages which is available in Scala. We will see further in coming tutorials. Then now we can go further and see the first Hello World program in Scala. I am going to write one first Hello World program. Let's see. I am creating one object, Hello World. Then I am creating main method. This main method is getting input as an arguments. The arguments which are like array of string. Then we need to I am writing a println statement for like giving input as hello world. Hello world. Scala. That's it. I'm going to save this program and run it in command prompt. The extension we can give is either Scala or .sc. Now I am compiling the program which I have written. To run the program, I am giving a Scala hello world. You can see that hello world program got print. This is the object-oriented approach of Scala. We can also use functional approach in here. Functional approach is like a def. We can give a method in here. See, I am going to give this method name as success. I need just an IMT println. Second hello. I'm saving this program. Oh, I forgot to call this method. I'm saving this program and I'm running. You can see that the second hello is also got print. In Scala, what I have done is I have declared one singleton object as an hello world. You should be careful that the file you are saying like hello world.scala should be same as the object name you are giving it in here. This is how you declare an object. Then if you want to declare a variable in Scala, here this is the syntax val a equal to hello world. I am declaring one string here. Let's call the string in this place. I am saving this program and I am running. You can see that the the variable I have declared is called inside application string.